Well, it looks as though Patrick Laine's comeback with Montreal Canadiens has hit quite a speed bump. It was announced this morning that he's going to be out for 3 to 4 months after going through core muscle injury. He had surgery for it. He's hoping to revive his career with the Canadiens. Had 20 goals last year. Was largely pretty good on the power play for them. And this seems to be the story of Laine over and over. He builds momentum, and then something happens. He ends up injured and ends up on the trainer's table or operating table, whatever you want to call it. But he's not playing. So 3 to 4 months, basically half the season, he's going to be gone. And for Montreal, they brought Laine in for scoring depth, hopefully hoping that he could, recapture some of the magic that he showed earlier in his career, put that deadly one-timer to use. And, for parts of last season he did. He had some good runs on the power play. But now you're back, you're leaning on Suzuki, Caulfield, Slafkovsky, hopefully, can take another step. Obviously, he's taken a few over the last few years, but it does impact your depth a little bit because you wanted Laine to be a depth scorer. So now for Laine on his side, it's another injury. It's another reminder that, his career is kind of hanging on by a thread at this point. Guy's made a lot of money, but he's 27. He's got a lot of life left to live. You have to imagine he wants to play for a lot longer. But if his body can't hold up, then he's not going to be able to stay in the league, not going to be able to keep playing. Take it from somebody with 2 busted-ass hips. It sucks. I'm sure he's very frustrated. And the injuries, you go through it and it becomes, as much as the physical part is awful, there's also a psychological part that is very, very difficult. Injuries feel very isolating when you end up in these spots where you're healing and recovering. It is psychologically, there's a loneliness that you can't really explain that really sucks. Obviously, I wasn't a pro hockey player, but I've dealt with a lot of injuries that have left me, laid up and alone, and it's not a whole lot of fun. So for Montreal, they took a gamble on Laine. We'll see. There's still time for it to work out, but at least for half of this season, doesn't look good. And to be honest with you, he did not have a good start to the year with just a single assist in his first 5 games, and he was getting pretty pulverized in a lot of the underlying data as well. So same old story, unfortunately, for Laine. Great shot, not a whole lot else, and we'll see what his future looks like. But comment below. Does this do anything for the Canadiens, and what do you think is going to happen with Laine long term?